What up, Lorcana community? This is Jake with Team Snuggling Duckling, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are talking about our time in Richmond and covering a little bit of Winterspell, the new set that's going to be out in a couple of weeks that everyone's pretty excited for. Jimmy's super excited, can't you tell? Look him
Winter's
over there.
coming.
Winter is coming, but it's going to
Was
be
this Game of
quicker.
Thrones?
It's going to be quicker than Game of Thrones. It's going to be quicker.
It was
It's gonna be
75
coming
degrees
around the corner
in Missouri on Christmas. So
But let's kind of just cover our time at Richmond, kind of about the Airbnbs, the stay, the practice, the everything. How do y'all feel about the tournament? How outcome and everything? Let's cover it all. Jimmy, before you die, I think we should start with you. You might end up dying.
If I pass out, I love y'all. Yeah, Richmond was great. I wasn't expecting to go, so I didn't really practice at all. So I chose my deck randomly the night before. I ended up choosing a great deck. Got yellow purple. Ended up playing Justin 60. The tournament went okay for me. I got really unlucky against blue green twice to get two of my losses, where they just top deck the combo when I had lethal on board. I mean, whatever that happens. But otherwise, the trip was an absolute blast. Hanging out with everyone, staying out in the Deliverance boonies with the Airbnb.
Yeah, y'all were out in the sticks. We had two separate, to explain to everyone, we had two separate Airbnbs. That's how many people we had come to this event. And one was like in the middle of like a lake in the middle of nowhere. That's where Jimmy, Garrett, and Justin all stayed. So let's move on. And Justin, how was your time at the whole DLC Richmond?
I had a great time. I did the Friday promo quest event, side event.
Yeah.
Played yellow purple, went 6-1, was 6-0 going into the last round. Unfortunately lost. Lost out on like $1,500 in pricing from that, but it's whatever. Then for the main event, I stuck with yellow purple, and that was kind of weird. I got a draw with Blurple in round 2, then I was put in the draw bracket and just played against Blurple all day. I think I went dogs and then 6 Blurple and then dogs, so I lost the dogs to knock me out of day 2 contention in the last round. Then Sunday I played in the Infinity side event, went 5-2 with Old Faithful Red Blue. So
Nice,
I didn't play
yeah.
any blue mirrors though, so that was
It was
neat.
a lot of Amber Steel.
There was, yeah. Whether that was aggro or Steel Song, there was quite a lot of Amber Steel.
But how do you like your the Airbnb, being out in the sticks and all that stuff, man? That was your first time staying with the team. How was it?
It was a fun time. Obviously it was a little far. I'd probably like to stay closer next time.
Yeah.
But it was a nice Airbnb. I really liked it. Moo Man did a good job picking it out. I think Jimmy was the first one there, and then me, and for some reason he gave up the bedroom with the master bath in it, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll claim this now. So
I don't want people coming in on me.
My own bathroom, it had a tub and everything.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you had a great time on your first stay with us. We enjoyed having you, and it was probably, I didn't get to stay with y'all, but I know y'all had a blast over there. All right,
Yeah.
Garrett, let's talk about your time in Richmond. Let's hear it.
Richmond was pretty fun. I had a bunch of people actually from Texas come to this one. So I picked up my buddies from Raleigh on the way north because I actually drove. So I'm only like 3 hours away from Richmond. So I took the truck and then transported some people around from our Airbnb. But we got there Friday night. Went to the just area to watch everybody play in the big 7-round prizing tournament. Get a feel for the meta, and then Woody and I jammed some games before we went back to the Airbnb. But it was a good time. There's a hot tub at the Airbnb, which was actually really fun, although it kind of smelled terrible. Woody, Jared, and I were like in the hot tub till like 1 a.m. one night, and we got the like jets going, and it started like I think the belt was slipping that was pumping the jets, and it just
The
started
belt.
smelling
Okay,
worse and
thank
worse
God.
like rubber over and over for like an hour, and we were all like, we actually feel bad. Like we started getting headaches and stuff. So we got out of the Airbnb right as everybody else got home.
Yeah.
So that was a fun time. But yeah, I played green purple in my main event. I went 5-3. I also lost the last round, for top 8 contention. Unfortunately, bricked a little. There's like opening game on the draw and didn't have a 1-drop and a 2-drop in my opening hand. It was just tough. But yeah, that's kind of like
But you
the
did.
format feels. But then day 2 we played the Infinity event again, and I went 7-0 again. So back to back. Which we just did a duck tech on that, so you guys can check out our YouTube channel. And Jake and I did another duck tech on the 14-0 Infinity list. Cheshire Cat is a dumb card in core, and it's a dumb card in Infinity. That card is gonna get banned in A format at some point. I think it stalls any deck. It's just very good at the moment. But yeah, and we just had a good time with everybody. It was super fun. They keep picking kind of crappy cities. Like I don't hate Richmond. It was okay. It was a nice area, but everything closed early again. Like this DLC was really good in my opinion. It was ran super well. It was super fun. Having the registration on Thursday and Friday, like I stayed in like stood in the line for like 2 hours at Milwaukee to get my badge. At this one on Friday, I showed up and walked right to the table, got my badge, and left. And it took 30 seconds. It was fantastic. So the DLC was ran much better, but we're still getting it done at like 8 or 9 p.m. and there's no food open. So we had to go get like pizza one night
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, it was a great time. It was a super fun time. So
Yeah.
can't
I
wait.
agree. I had a blast hanging out with everyone,
Oh, yeah.
especially both the dinners and
Yeah, yeah.
just after hours after the tournament card play. It's just super fun
Ours
with you guys.
always so
But
fun. Up to no
Moo
good.
Man, yeah, Moo Man, I heard you had a great time in Richmond.
Yeah.
Let's hear your time. What you got to say about your time in Richmond?
Fortunately for me, I made day 2. Unfortunately for everyone else, I was the only one that made day 2. And so, yeah, I went 6-0 and then ended up losing round 7 and 8 because I really wanted to make day 2 hard on myself. But I feel like I played really well in the main tournament. And I made a lot of changes between Friday's event and Saturday's event because I cut cards that some other people thought were fundamental for the strategy. And I was like, I don't like these cards. These cards feel bad. And so my deck went more back towards like set 9 green blue rather than what people had been playing at the tournament or during set 10 set champs and things like that recently. But yeah, jumping off a couple other things that people had said, I'm sorry that your guys' Airbnb was so much farther out. The map showed that they were like right there, but I didn't realize the lake made it 30 miles away from everything else. But yeah, the Friday tournament was fun for me. Saturday was great. Ended up not making top 32, but I was able to get my Simba with a 9-3 record for Sunday. But unfortunately, that meant I couldn't play in the Infinity event. It had started, and I had to play all 12 events because I lost 10, but then won 11 rounds 11 and 12. So, but I got the Simba. Can't be too mad about that.
That's awesome.
I did get a little bit of a best of one gameplay because I played in an ink sprint, which was just 3 rounds on Sunday, and so that was actually a lot of fun. I didn't think I would like best of one as much as I did, but I think I like best of one better than best of two. But yeah, my tournament was pretty good. Can't wait for Indianapolis. Can't wait for CCS here in Houston. I want more core events. I want to see what's coming out here in the next set, and so I'm excited for the game moving forward.
Well, we're gonna be talking about some of those cards in a little bit. I'm gonna kind of cover my average time in Richmond, other than hanging out with you guys. I did 3-3 in the main event. Did not practice enough with this deck beforehand, and I felt it. Ended up playing green blue. I had like maybe 2 weeks of practice on it. It was, you know, it was what it was. I did lose almost every die roll in every event that I played. I was 1 for 14 on die rolls in the whole day. I have a notepad that reminds me that I did go 1-14, so it was definitely a pad that I'll never use again. And maybe the dice I'll never use again too. But yeah, I did well in the Infinity event. I enjoyed it. I played Garrett's List, but -1 card because I'm a dummy and forgot to bring Peter Pan's. So I did not play Peter Pan. I played, I think it was an extra cricky is what I played. So it worked out. I went 5-2. I had some unplayable games in my last match, which were just terrible hands, but it happens. It's variance based game, card game. So it was still a blast. Richmond was ran very well. I really enjoyed the whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You always have something to do, even if you don't have anything to do. We did on demand events. We did like a 8-man pod for pack rush and just core constructed, and it was a blast. So it's easy ways to get tickets. If you have 8 buddies or teammates, just want to grind some tickets, that's the easiest and best way to do it. So make sure you know that. Other than just straight out winning events, which that's awesome. But yeah, Richmond was fun. The Airbnb was awesome. Joe cooked up for us breakfast like he always does. It was
That's my
just
complaint.
the best.
Yeah, I
Always
know.
appreciate
That's my
That's a
complaint too.
huge
Where's our
complaint.
breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all stayed at the wrong Airbnb for
I
breakfast,
know.
but
I don't.
I enjoyed my breakfast. But yeah, other than that, like, thanks, like, shout out to you, Moo Man, for getting all the Airbnb set up and just making us feel like it was just a lot easier on me too. Like I appreciate all your work that you do. So thank you, man. We're gonna get into, obviously, I'm sorry, Robbie. We would ask you about your time in Richmond, but your time in Richmond was
sorry?
probably having a birthday party with your daughter, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had a good time. It was, well, actually, so I laugh at this because I didn't even realize I never told anybody this. Because my kid's birthday falls like January 11th. At the last minute, we had to move her birthday party all the way to February because nobody could make it because it was too close to after Christmas. So we
Yeah.
didn't even have her birthday party.
Yeah.
But I did get to watch the DLC both days, which was
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
I got to see Fungus win at like 9:30 at night from the comfort of my chair, so that was nice.
We were watching it at the restaurant after we were
Yeah,
done
we
with the.
were eating dinner at like 10:30.
I was literally eating popcorn and M&Ms like on the edge of my seat,
It's a good
playing
combo.
like,
Good
please
combo.
Fungus win. For every dad here, please win, please win.
Well, he did. He did a great job, and it was a fun DLC overall. And I think we all can agree on that. Maybe the city wasn't the best location for it, but you know, it is what it is. We always enjoy hanging out with each other. We're all across the U.S. at this moment, so like it's always a good time to get together and play some cards. So, um, let's. I mean, shall we? Are y'all ready? Jimmy, are you cold enough, man? Like, are you cold enough? Are
sweating
you
yet?
ready for the cold cards
I
we're about to
mean,
get here,
I am
man?
The
feeling
winter spell.
uncomfortable. That's for sure. Pretty sure it's 70 degrees outside still.
Nah.
Yeah, take off your jacket.
Nope. Commit to the bit.
I'm cozy.
You're gonna have to go take a shower.
Commit. I know. I just
Commit
got out
to
of the
the
shower
bit.
too.
You just got out. You should have waited.
You need another one.
Oh, that's
You
a
know,
mistake.
That house is gonna be musky at the end of the
Your
day.
bed
Alright.
tonight is gonna be nasty.
So let's talk about the first card we're gonna see here. And I think it's one of, if I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. There might be a couple of other ones, but this is probably the most talked about card that we've seen yet, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But this card is pretty good. Who's the one who picked this card?
I did.
Okay, Justin. Well, then you take it away on why you picked this card, and what do you think it's going to be relevant in? Is it going to be relevant in the current meta or in the Infinity meta?
So I mainly wanted to talk about its implications with the Infinity format. It may see some play in core constructed, but probably not really anything relevant unless we see like another Be Prepared S card. Now this card, the fact that it's a song can be better in a lot of scenarios than Pete. It's addable off of Ariel and the Steel Song decks, and then also in the Green Steel discard deck. They play Max Goof. I think it's like Troubled Teenager or something. I don't remember
Yeah,
the
the one on the
nickname.
skateboard.
Yeah. But you can actually loop this card with Muses and Max. So Green Steel can just lock out uh Steel Song, the mirror match, uh action based decks all just repeatedly every turn with this card. And I want to say it's probably a card that could get Muses banned in Infinity format. Just because of how insane it is with that interaction, and I don't think they'd really touch a new card. So, but I think this card's very good for Infinity, and it's probably going to make a lot of people really mad.
Yeah, I mean, actions and items are like it's such a broad card for both to be in the same. I don't know. That maybe that's just my take, but
It is weird.
Yeah,
um,
Like the items part is just kind of slapped on there, and I don't know how relevant the item part will be unless you're just like kind of trying to be super aggressive with like an item deck not playing an item on like turn 3 or something. But like later in the game, like just preventing your opponent from playing an item isn't that big a deal. But I think the main part of this is just like it's Pete on a song that can be rebought with Max Goof, which is just ridiculous.
bonkers.
Just like, and they're already playing a 3-drop Pete. Like, and it's good for Steel Song too. Like, and it's
yeah.
good for aggro. It's good for Steel Song.
The only way Steel Song can like break out of that loop is by playing their own Pete. So like
Yeah.
Steel Song literally just can't play the game unless they like draw their own Pete, and I think that's just not very good gameplay in my opinion. Uh, Especially for a deck that is already doing so much to attack your hand and already getting a lot of advantage from its songs thanks to Ursula and Muses. So I just think it could definitely hit like mass overload in that deck for sure.
On the flip side,
So
it's also really good for Amber Steel, right? Like the aggro deck. Now you get to
Yeah.
Pete like 6, 7, 8, like
Yeah,
5, 6, 7, 8.
it's
But you
yeah.
probably don't play multiple. You probably play like 2 of these and 4 Petes, and now you have 6 like action
Mhm.
stoppers, which is really good for your aggro deck.
do you see this? I see a lot of blue steel players for I've the current format talking about this card, maybe playing it in blue steel,
Yeah.
um, being able to like I don't know, just I guess stop. What big actions do we really have? The Prince Philip thing, I guess, is the only one that we're
Be
really
I
worried
just
aggressive.
about.
think this is a silver bullet for green blue in current constructed.
Yeah.
Um, but
And
like
Infinity, like
sorry.
blue steel's pretty cool, right? Like you can play this in your blue steel deck against the blue steel mirror, which is interesting.
I was
And
gonna
like you
say
don't want to
this
get
is
beat prepped,
actually.
or you could
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Joe.
So this is actually really good against Blue Steel. I think with the Infinity I played over the past weekend at Richmond, one of the only ways that you get out of like um, Pete turns where you can't sing Strength or Zeus or anything like that is by playing the new cards like um, the ingenious device and other things that can still
The
deal
Robot
damage.
Queen.
The
mm,
robot queen, and being able to get around those Pete turns where you're still able to take something out or build a board that can deal with things. This gets around those additional lines, and so I think this is really good for aggro decks into the item lists that are trying to use the items as removal cards.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's gonna be mainly played in Infinity more than Core, but who knows? We'll
I
see.
just like that you
Maybe
can
they.
prevent like also the other thing with blue steel, you can prevent your steel opponent from flattening you. Like I find them my platinum, and now you have like another song. If you didn't want to play Pete, you could play this to stop like an I find him my platinum or something.
Yeah,
Which is
for sure.
interesting.
Another thing besides what the card does, like the art on it. I'm so glad that Pocahontas is entering the Lorcana uh, school of characters and movies and such. It's just awesome. Like Pocahontas has been always one of my favorite princesses. Probably her and Tiana, but I'm stoked about it. Robbie, I know
Pocahontas.
you're stoked about it. Let's hear how
Oh
stoked
God,
you are
yeah.
about it.
I mean, as a Native American, like I like could not. Pocahontas is my favorite princess of all time, like of all time. Because she's actually based on a true story. Like it's not based around like most of these characters are technically somewhat fictional. Like this is a true story that happened. Don't get me wrong, she was like 12, not like an adult in the thing, but in the story, she's really like 12 years old. Which is crazy when you think what they did to the whole story. But we finally got a card, and not only did we get a card, we got a Floodborn card, and it's beautiful and magnificent. But I'll wait to talk about it till we get to it because I have crazy ideas for this card already.
All right, let's see what's next in for us. Ohana means family. Who picked this one?
Obama means family.
I did. I picked this
Garrett,
card.
let's hear it. Let's hear your spiel on Ohana means family.
One thing I was super sad about when we got hit rotation was we lost Rapunzel. Rapunzel was just like a really dynamic card because it gives these aggro decks or mid-range decks or like Steel Song, which is more like a combo control deck. It gives them this like interesting gameplay where like if your opponent isn't paying attention, you're just going to gain a ton of card advantage with Rapunzel, and you put a 2-quester on board. Without having that, Amber has kind of lost its identity since rotation, and the only thing that we really saw has been like Amber Steel aggro in set 9, which it like didn't even really compare to any of the Amber decks we had the first 8 sets, or Dogs, which is just like a combo deck, and it's not really doing anything. It's very unique, and it doesn't really do anything with all the other like Amber cards in the format. But with this card, it just brings that back. So you can't just willy-nilly leave your like characters exerted against your opponent's big statted characters. Because if they have like a 4/4 or a 5/5 or something, or a 1/5 even, and they put 4 damage on it, you get to draw 4 cards. So this card's a little slower now that it's not on a body, but it gives Amber a very good draw card, which is what they needed. And it's inkable. It's an action. You can draw a ton of cards with it. It makes trades bad for your opponent, and it just converts into lots of card advantage, which I think opens up quite a bit of colors. And we'll see that later with another card that Jimmy, I think, really likes. But Amber, this really opens up for like Ruby Amber is one of the like decks I want to try. Like super excited for, especially with Maui Shark. Playing this and then Maui Shark and grabbing it back is like so much better than grabbing a friend's back from my set. Like this can draw so many cards. And yeah. So you got green yellow that can now not be Dogs, and you have Amber Steel, which now can become a mid-range deck. Amber Purple, if you want to go that route, now has just the most draw cards out of like 2 colors. You can just be mid-range soup even harder. And then you have like Amber Ruby, which is gonna be really cool. So I think this card really opens up deck building for all the Amber decks.
It's also got a bunch of cute ducks.
It does. It does have a lot of cute ducks.
Awesome. It does have a lot of cute ducks. Does anyone else have any ideas where this might be used? Do you think this will be used in Infinity? Anyone?
I think
Probably
it's
not.
just
Rapunzel.
If it was a song,
Rapunzel.
but
your Rapunzel's better. You can see like a 1 over a 2 of maybe in an Infinity deck, but I just really like it brings that dynamic back to the game where if you're playing against an Amber deck, you can't just brainlessly turn your card sideways now. You have to care.
Yeah.
And
no more brainlessly questing with that black hair and into a
Mhm.
daisy or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or like exactly.
I mean, for 3 costs, it's not that expensive. It's kind of expensive for the aggro decks, but I feel like Amber is going to be playing this with red or maybe green. I don't know. Maybe green.
I think all the colors.
Amber Sapphire.
I think it's really good in yellow purple mid range.
Amber Sapphire has been a deck that like has been so close because it can top end with Hades and other removal spells that
that's
are
really good with the 80s.
Yeah, and so I think this might actually make Amber Sapphire playable because it doesn't have any way to refill its hand outside of like the detective
Chicha build.
package. Yeah, the Chicha or detective package.
Yeah.
And even then, like now in that 6-drop, the Daisy Duck, the set champ promo from this last set, is a pretty powerful card. It's a pretty powerful card with support. And now you have a reason to like dump your hand with Cinderella and play a bunch of top end because you can just refill your entire hand. That plays really well with the 6 health or something.
Yeah, it's a 4/6, I believe. Yeah, it's a good. Hold on to your promos, guys, even though they're probably bent as,
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
Hold on to him. I really like this card. I think it's going to be played. Definitely going to be played in both formats, in my opinion.
yeah.
But
Just makes amber a
yeah,
good color again and core. Like it's gonna be
yeah,
like not just dogs. We're gonna see like
yeah.
a bunch of different amber
Amber
decks with this card, in
Steel,
my opinion.
yeah, Amber Steel mid range is going to be back probably with this and
Probably.
a couple other decks.
And the new
But
Pete song.
yeah,
It wouldn't
it's
shock me if this card was like top 3 value in the new set,
Yeah.
like amongst legendaries. Like right now, it's probably the Donald, Ohana, and I think Elsa are probably the front runners in my opinion for most valuable legendary.
yeah. That's probably a good insight there. They're cheap when they first hit. I'd buy them if they're cheaper than like
For
$10.
sure.
Well,
I
yeah, I
think
remember when Demona was like 15, and because everyone thought the card sucked.
Well,
So
also this
And
is
the
I mean, we
the
threw it
art,
in, we
the
threw it in the
art is
trash
gorgeous
can.
too.
I
The
think
art
this
is
is
just gorgeous on this
I think
card.
this is the second. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the second legendary action too. I think the only other legendary action we have is was it Circle of
The
Life.
green
Return to
one.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Return to
the
Hercules.
really
yeah,
bad green
Return of
one.
Hercules. Yeah.
So it's a playable legendary action.
Which is really cool.
All right, let's see what we got next because like I said, I have no idea what order I put these in. We got Pocahontas. Who picked this one? Who get this one?
Me.
All right, Robbie.
So, first of all, it's a Pocahontas card. So I was already like, love this card. This card's great. And then I read its ability. And for somebody who's been like heavily playing dogs the last month, like I just feel like if we get a good yellow or green 1-drop, I would love nothing more to be able to go 1-drop and then either 2 double daisy or another or any 2-drop, because then you could shift her and then quest for 6 and then nothing can attack them that turn. And she has 6 health. So you're not taking her out that turn at all. Like there's just no way. And God forbid they miss their 1-drop. Like whoever you playing against, or if you go first, where you could quest out, play double daisy, shift, and then quest for 6. And then they can't do anything. Then you go sideways again and you're at 12. Like I just see that being like I feel like it's different when you go like daisy quest, but they can challenge everything and take stuff out. But with this, like them not being able to challenge until the start of their next turn, technically it goes their turn, your turn, then back to their turn before they can do anything. Because no one's playing a song on 3 that's gonna take anything out on your board right now. So I just feel like there's a good combo in dogs there, and then also just the thought of like there's some like the stuff with the new Ruben card that you can tap to heal and remove damage and pay 1 less. Like her being a 3/6, she's a big body. Her being a 5 gives you that kind of top end to like not only just use the Ohana card we just saw, but then get to Under the Sea faster if people are still playing it in the next set. And then with it being a 3/6, it no longer dies to like that card doesn't die to Lexington. It doesn't die to Cat right off the bat. It doesn't die to Heron. Like there's a lot of cards it doesn't die to, which I think
Yeah.
just helps it last another turn. Because God forbid you can go, you'd have to have the perfect hand, but you go 1-drop that double daisy, shift, quest for quest, have another shift again and quest again, and at
Yeah.
that point you're going to 18 and it's 2 turns you haven't quested. How hard is it at that point? You just go and like for game. So just see some. Now, granted, you have to have the perfect hand, right? Like you have to hit everything perfectly. But if you do, like how many people in here has been quadruple daisied? It happens. Like it happens often.
It happened at the
so it's
DLC to me.
Yeah, like everybody in here has been triple daisied. So the thought that this couldn't happen 2 or 3 turns in a row is like that is a legendary and it's Pocahontas.
I like
So
that.
I see a lot of upside with this card.
I like that her ability doesn't require her to be there. Like, it's a delayed trigger. So even if they remove her with like an Into the Unknown, like in the situation you had, they still can't challenge the other 2 characters, even if they had something.
I like that a lot.
And then she reminds me a lot of set 3 Kita. Like she feels very similar to
That's what I
that.
was thinking.
Because that one, it did a similar thing. You give the whole board -3, and then they're probably not challenging anyway. And so it's like that Kita, only it just says they can't challenge rather than they get the opportunity to still try and do something with their characters.
So do you think is
Blanks
relevant.
and Elsa is the good part too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So any
exactly.
of the Rush characters that come
That's
into
what
play.
I was thinking.
So someone who was playing Restoring Atlantis at Step Champs, I like this card because it's the same ability, but now it's on a body.
Yeah.
And that's all. Whenever you can do that, it's just so much better. Hopefully, the shift target is playable and good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like,
That's
I hope
my
it's at
fear.
least
Cost.
a 2-drop or a 1-drop, especially if you can
Yeah.
just go like 1-drop, 2-drop, play Lady, and put the Pocahontas into play, and then the next turn shift quest, and then quest. You get to quest twice pretty much. That's a really and it's like confirmed. That's a really big effect. Like that's a really good effect.
I'm thinking this card actually in conjunction with the new Daisy blue yellow style, getting that Daisy off twice, making your opponent not being able to like use that ink that they ink that turn sounds pretty good.
That is pretty
in
cool.
my opinion.
There's also a handful of effects now that make it so your opponent's things can't challenge, and I wouldn't be surprised if they print a 2 or 3 drop that she can shift onto that makes like target character not be able to challenge, like the John Silver that they printed in set 6. And so like there's multiple songs and characters now that are just your opponents can't challenge. So there might be a deck that even if it isn't going as fast as what Robbie said, where it's like two questers or whatever, you could just go a 2 quester, a 1 quester, her, and you're still questing for 3 or 6 a turn, and if they can't challenge, they can't challenge.
Yeah, I think cards like this are really good, just like discouraging all the gameplay we have right now, which is just like build a board and then find your broken card and then quest out like for a turn. I think this card helps, like, you can't just build up your board big and then the aggro deck's just gonna play this card and you're screwed. Like that, it really encourages like deck building to be more like thoughtful instead of just playing like Black Herons and Calhouns
Yeah,
that
I
can't
agree.
challenge.
I like this card. I like that they added Pocahontas. We just talked about it. The new art is amazing. Shout out to all the artists that drew these cards up because these cards
Yeah.
look pretty sick. Like they look very sick. So, that's good job. Good job with the artist Ravensburger. We'll give you that one. We'll give you that one. We'll go to the next card. Ruben, whose card is this?
This is my card.
All right, Jimmy.
Specifically because it opens up Ruby Amber a lot, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
Like being able to go
So good.
Mulan into Ruben into either, like, you don't even have to do a 5-drop. You can play the new Stitch, which is great, or Horseman. But you can even skip doing the accelerating on 3 and just play a 3-drop to accelerate on a Shark on 4. And so it just opens up that deck a lot. You get the Obama card to draw, helps it out. All right, you can right, you can go Mulan, Ruben, Stitch into Bodyguard 08 mini, draw a card off the Stitch. So I just think it opens up a lot.
Yeah, I really like it.
And then you still have all the other accelerators too, like Pluto and Huey and Lantern, so you can figure out how to build the deck around there.
Well, yeah, it also opens up Mulan shift on turn 3 too, to be able to just clear a board, and then you can heal it again the next turn.
Yeah.
So it's very good. Like this in conjunction with Ohana are probably the 2 cards that are going to put the mid-range Amber decks on the map, especially Ruby Amber.
Yeah, I really like it with the Prince John too. That's like one of my favorite cards from set 8 that like hasn't been super good, especially since they got rid of Rapunzel. Just like a 3-ink 5/5 that's just like pretty beefy that like damages itself every time your opponent actually like chooses to play the game is like pretty good. And then it just makes your Ruben and Ohana even better. It's like you have pretty good cards, just like really just like powering each other up, which is really cool. I really like this card, and the art is phenomenal.
The thing I like the most about this is that you don't actually need any of those like self-damage cards. You could just take a good challenge or something and then use his effect. So it's like they're great with the Mulan and the Prince John and all those other cards, but he also just doesn't need to have them to be good.
Yeah. And
With
like,
the new Ohana, I know I'm going back a slide. Are we gonna be playing that headless man horse guy, the 5'10" now,
Yeah.
man? He's
Yeah, let's
10
go.
health.
that's
Are we
actually
gonna
kind
be
of
playing
crazy.
that card?
That's the 5'10", and then you put 9 damage on it and draw 9
Dude,
cards.
how much does he cost?
He's a
Like
five or
yeah.
6.
Or
Yeah,
Dude,
he's a 5'10".
headless man horse.
play Penumbra. Yeah, we're gonna start playing.
The 7/6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mayor Winddancer is gonna be
it's
the
hilarious.
new.
Yeah, I mean, it that draw engine is just makes it nuts. Like people turning these Lexington sideways and whatever. It's just gonna be gross. Like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even like pairing it with Amethyst to get all the tap effects, so you
Yeah.
can make sure to get damage on.
like boosting out like a Elsa on turn 3 or something. If you have like a 1-drop, that can
So
hold damage
I'm not
or
a
something.
big Stitch fan either. So is this from the TV show, obviously, right? This is
No, it's from
not
the
Yeah,
movie.
627.
Yeah.
No, it's from the TV show too.
Yeah, I think it's from
He's in a TV
one
show.
of- I
I'm
think it's
pretty
from one
sure
of the
he
movies.
first showed up in the TV show
Oh, okay.
first.
He only
He
cares
was
about
like
the
627.
Angel was in the movie, but
Yeah.
you just see the silhouettes of all the experiments.
He's fantastic though.
Yeah, I remember there being like a Disney Flash game where you make sandwiches with Ruben and try scoring a bunch of points. Played that game all the time on Disney's website.
That's hilarious. Good
He worked
old
for
Ruben.
Gontu.
He looks like he knows how to make
Yeah,
a sandwich. That's for
6-
sure.
625.
I'm
That
getting
was
hungry
his-
just
he
looking at
had-
the
His
card.
name is Ruben. I expect him to make a good sandwich.
So that was his thing. I don't know if you remember this. His thing was he had all of the powers of Stitch, but just was way better at making sandwiches. Like that was his thing. Like he was like, yeah, I have all the powers, but like I like making sandwiches, so I'm gonna do this.
See, I've never watched this.
He first showed up in the second
did.
movie. It says.
Yeah, he first showed. That's what I thought.
he?
Yeah, he first showed up in Stitch the movie, and he's like,
Was it the other experiments I showed the silhouettes of then?
It might
Well,
be.
he might have been like
just
he
remember
was
him being, like-
introduced as a character in the second movie.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, shout out to Ruben. He's going to change our meta. We're going to see
gonna be really good.
all. He's going to be everyone looking for foils now. If you got him, hit me up, DM me.
Brett's
Let's
gonna
go to the
look
next
hot.
card. White Rabbit. This is awesome. I love this art. I love this card. I
I
know
love
whose
it.
card this is.
This is
Go
mine.
ahead and take it away, Garrett.
this is mine. Yeah, this just like Pegasus is one of my favorite cards in the game ever since it was printed, and this is just a bigger Pegasus on the draw. Like on the draw, you just get to play a 1-ink 2/2 that's evasive. And also I just wanted to showcase the new mechanic that we're getting that they said there's going to be for all 6 colors, which I just really think is really good for the game, as we kind of have this game that really favors going first at the moment. I think it's really hard to remedy without like kind of the changing the rules, but this like type of strategy that you get where it only benefits you on the draw is really cool. And so this card is like not super overpowered. Like a 1-mana 2/2 on the draw is like that has evasive is cool, but it's not just going to break the game, but it is overstated for what it is. So it is going to be like pretty nice for green decks. And so I'm excited to see the rest of the other 4 colors. We've seen the amber one, which is also a 2-ink 2/2, but it has Singer 3 and you can play it on turn 1 if you want. But it's just pretty cool. And I kind of like this type of card. It gives Emerald a little bit boost on the draw, where you just get a 2/2 evasive is pretty powerful on the draw. You can start questing with it, and like it doesn't die to Captain Hook. You can challenge Captain Hook if like the Captain Hook goes sideways. You can challenge any of the 1-drops that kind of like show up, which is really nice. And then
in
it's just like an
Infinity,
early
it can
cluster.
take care of Diablo.
It can, which is really cool, and it can also sing Sudden Chill in Infinity.
That's crazy. Wait.
Yeah, you can play this on the draw on turn 1, and then you can play Ursula on turn 2, and you can play Prince John on turn 3, and then double sing Sudden Chill with White Rabbit and Ursula, which is really cool. But
Tell
it's probably
Jordan-
not something you'll see, but like it's a line technically.
Yeah, yeah.
It can sing that new action on turn 2 on the draw, the Pete song on turn 2 in Infinity.
What you got, Moo Man? What you
But-
think about this card? You got something to say?
But yeah,
Oh,
I just really like the design of this card, and I'm really excited to see the other 4 colors and see what they do for like turn 1 plays. It's just also the art is just fantastic, but I just really like the way they're going, and to see something like this.
Did they confirm if
also
the promo art's going to be different than the in-set art?
I think this is one of I
no,
don't
they revealed the
The tink-
actual
yeah.
inset cards, and they're the exact same art.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well.
And just something
cool.
that I did notice, just like thinking about it, is this is already the way you should play the game, and you should choose if you're going first or second before you look at your opening hand. But if people are more sloppy, then like if you don't adhere to the rules super tightly, you might not realize sometimes that like you need to choose if you're going first or second before you look at your opening hand. And this actually makes a big deal now, where like you can just see this and be like, oh, actually, I want to go second. But like, yeah,
Crazy.
just make sure you guys are always doing that. And that is something that can come up now that we have this new style mechanic that benefits you from going
Like
second.
yeah,
But
they're
it's
going
pretty cool.
second. Off.
I do really like this style. Trying to get there be a little bit more parity between losing the die roll or just like having to go second. And this just seems really cool. And it's not even terrible. Like if you miss your it on the draw now it's a 1 drop, and then on the play, like if you miss your 2 drop and you have this, it's fine. That's like not that
It's
bad.
yeah,
So
it's I mean,
I
it's
like that
go-go.
too. It's fine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I like the art. I love Alice in Wonderland, one of my favorite movies that Disney ever made. White Rabbit, top tier character in Alice in Wonderland for sure. I guess these are the new league promos and how they're gonna look with the gold, like outer rim of the card. I think that's awesome. It looks dope. It looks like more official than just a different foil or whatever they did in the past. But yeah, White Rabbit, good card.
Yeah.
Good art.
Definitely interested to see the other colors, being that Emerald has got the evasive. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what amethyst would be, because like steel could be resist
Draw
and
card.
Yeah.
possibly that'd be crazy.
hope
Amethyst
not.
is just
Let's
gonna be a
hope not.
1-mana 2/2 that draws a card.
What
You know.
if Sapphires is just a
Support.
2-cost ramp card, but you can do it on 1 if you go second?
If you go insane.
God.
Insane.
Oh my
God.
Oh.
Way to break the internet, Justin.
Or it could be.
Dude, if that's what it is,
Is it
his head's
your
gonna be
first
on a
turn? Yeah.
spike by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Poor Justin.
But yeah, let's take a look at the next card. I hope that we'll see probably in the next how many days until all the releases are over?
By the 28th, I think,
It's like
when the
next
depth
week.
panel happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Like a week.
next Thursday.
Yeah. All right,
So-
Justin, I believe this one's yours, isn't it?
Yes. So
Yeah.
this is another
ahead.
card I picked solely because of its interactions in Infinity. There was already talk of Cruella, the 3-drop from Fabled, being playable in Blurple for Infinity. Just because it makes your Chernobyls and Brooms turn into ink after you pop them the draw card. The issue with that is it was a uninkable 3-cost, didn't fit on curve. Can't remember if it only quests for 1 or not. But it also only procced its effect once per turn and only during your turn, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
However, this bell fits perfectly on curve with what the blue decks are trying to do by ramping on 2. So if you go like Chernobog on 1 and then play Sail on 2 into like a Broom and then play this, the next thing you know, you're going to 7 ink on turn 4. So you can play like Hades or big haymakers and stuff. And so I just think this is very good for a deck like Blurple and Infinity. It could also give an identity to blue decks to allow to still be able to ramp while also playing early characters to be able to challenge the board well in core constructed. So like going the 3/1 Tinkerbell in red blue for instance on 1 and then ramping on 2, then playing this on 3, and then like for instance challenging into a Calhoun or something and then removing that, then ramping yourself is pretty good, I think. So I just think that this is pretty playable, mainly in Infinity, but has some interesting implications in core constructed.
Yeah, I think it's going to be played in Core and Infinity majorly.
Yeah.
Moo Man, I know you probably have something to say about this card. What do you think about this card?
I was gonna say, it also works decently well as something to play after Cinderella. So it gives you also just other lines that are similar to Cinderella lines where you're trying to go 2-4-6. So in blue steel or in blue green, if you're trying to still do that 2-4-6, you can turn like your Tipo into a second ink by challenging with him if they don't play around it. And so maybe it even replaces Cinderella in those type of matches. But I mean, it's not guaranteed. You can't always get rid of something, but maybe you have a song you can sing on 3 and kill your own thing if you really need to go to those ink amounts. But I think it's going to work really well in any blue deck that's just trying to get to those higher ink totals.
It's also really good at proccing that new legendary Ana that they revealed in Amethyst for Core Constructed too, because it removes the card from your discard instead of just saying it goes to the inkwell instead.
Oh,
To get the free shift.
So yeah, it just gives you the ability to do a free shift and then do something with that. So there's a lot of neat little interactions for sure.
I didn't even think of it like that. With being in the discard and coming back, and you get to shift the new one for free, right? Or the new Aurora, is it? What is it?
Ana,
Anna,
the
that's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now the way it's worded also means that if you have a boosted character go to the discard, you're not getting all the cards that were underneath it into the
Okay.
inkwell.
Yeah,
So I think a lot of people will try doing that off the start, and you're just gonna have to remind them that that's not how it works.
It's just a top card.
Yeah, because it says put that card from your discard.
I think it's also worth noting it also triggers itself. So when she also gets
Yes.
banished, she also goes into the inkwell, which is really interesting.
And it also means that if like you get be prepared or board wiped or something, your entire board can just go into the inkwell,
Yeah.
which is
Kind of
which
crazy.
can actually be pretty relevant at times.
And as well with triggering Cindy, but also the 2-4-6 lines, it gives you 8 Cindy's now. So now you can just go like your turn 2 ramp into your turn 3, 4 drop. If you have a 1 drop, like I think this is really good, specifically in blue steel, being able to just go like Captain Hook or Mulan into ramp, into this card, or into Cindy. So if you have either of those cards, you just get to go 2-4-6 a lot of the time, I think, which is really, really powerful.
And in Blurple, it's another shift target for the bigger bell if need be. Not saying that it's probably gonna be used like that, but it is that case. Robbie, you don't play a lot of blue, but do you see this being in red blue?
He's
I think this is. I think this is. I'm probably gonna get heat for this. I think this is better than Cindy. Like I just because she does it to herself. She can quest for 2. She could still do all of the same things Cindy could do, except draw the card. She's inkable in case like for later rounds, but then also for later rounds when you wouldn't mind having a 2 quest on board. That's phenomenal. Or if you're gonna play her like let's say you play her against Purple Steel and you play in whatever blue deck you play in, and you sometimes you Basil and then you Tipo on board, and then you play her, and you run your Basil and a Tipo into something else, and then so you're at 4 ink, now you're at 6 ink. And then when they kill her, you're gonna go to 7 when they were able to banish her. Like if they banish her that turn, so in your turn you're going to 8 ink.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
Blurple
pretty
Blurple
big.
puts you at Monstro.
Mhm.
Blurple puts you at Monstro. Any other blue deck puts you at any good Hades. And if they play in green blue, the last thing you want to do is put them closer to 9 ink to get Malicious Mean and Scarried. Like, and then Prince Philip. Like, it just seems like I don't know. I think this is one of the nicest cards I think that has come out. I really like what they did with it. I think it leaves a lot open for ramp decks. This is just me, but ban sale now. But like it just
Especially
I like
with
what they did.
Moana.
I like that. Yeah, Moana. Like it. I like how I wasn't too much of a fan of the Cindy being able to draw a card to ink herself, like to ink the card. But I do like you being able to ink your cards. Like Moana can ink from the discard, and then this card can ink from banished characters. It's Motunui. I don't know if everybody remembers the location. There was a 2-drop location, the island of Motunui. Whenever a character was banished while there, it went into the inkwell.
and Jimmy's coin term, it's Montanui on a body, right? Like it's like something on a body is always drastically better than just something. So having this Montanui on a body seems good. I could be wrong. I think it's gonna see some play, even maybe just as a 2 of.
Especially in
I think
Blurple, like, it's way
Yeah.
better in Blurple than Cindy.
Yeah.
It's inkable, and, it just plays into that, like, role better. Like, you're just gonna wanna be playing, like, Basil and Rafiki now with, like, Tipo, and now, like, your Tipo's even better now because you just get to freely quest with it and just, like, bait your opponent. It's like, well, not even bait, just, like, Imma gain a bunch of lore with this Tipo, or you're gonna ramp me, which is just
Ramp me.
nasty, which is just
You
it
have
just
to.
honestly just gross.
I think it's
you
also
have to
gonna
answer
be
her.
Yeah, that's another
Like
thing,
if
but
she's
I
on the
think
field, you have to.
it's
Go
gonna be
ahead, Jake. I'm
used
sorry, I keep cutting you
basically
off.
for board wipes, like, guys, like, a board wipe's coming, like, and you have a field, and you could play this and get your whole board into the ink. I think it's just gonna be a punishment for an opponent on doing the board wipes now, so, um, if you know it's coming and you can play it on that turn to get, 4 to 3 ink, you just don't ink, right? You're gonna keep your cards in your hand, you'll be able to play them at that point, so
Yeah, I
I
really
think
like
it's a Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. And then also, I I like with that aspect of it too. I also really like it in like a green blue aggro deck because like you can play these new like the more ink you have, the more you can do busted stuff. And if you're playing a more aggressive deck, you can just start turning your two questers sideways and just play this card. And now if they banish your stuff, you're just gaining a bunch of ink and you never have to ink again in an aggressive deck. And then also quest for two and inks itself. And if you just have
Yeah,
a way
and
to
she's
draw cards.
inkable.
Yeah, exactly. She's
Like
inkable.
there's a lot
You
of
can
good.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's kind of a weird
Princess.
card where it just like it's good in mid-range fest decks like Blurple. It's good in aggro decks because you're getting value off your characters dying, and then it's good in like these like green blue matchups because now it's a princess, right? You can go Cindy on 4 into Belle on 5 and get to 9 ink on turn I mean, City on turn 3 and then Bell on turn 4, and then you get to 9 ink on turn 5 again. So it's just
It's
more
ridiculous.
consistent and trigger Cindy again, which is crazy.
Gonna
And you
make
can
ink
quest with
guys are
Cindy
fun.
now. If she
Alright,
dies, she gets inked.
let's get to the next one. Let's see what we got. We got the Donald. Robbie, I believe this one's yours, right?
Dude, this might be a hot take for some people, but I don't care. In core, this may be the best or top 3 best Emerald cards in core right now. Like, I don't, outside of like maybe Go-Go, just because of what Go-Go can do for you so fast, just close out a game instantly. Like, this is another, it hits the board, you have to answer it. Like, just in green purple, like I feel like with cats, that's a huge deal in green purple to be able to swing with a cat, and then I'm gonna move 4 damage in a turn. I can move. And then the fact that when you do kill it, like kill whatever boost character, banish whatever boost character, I'm gonna draw at least at a minimum 2 cards. Unless they can inkwell it, but let's be honest, like how many decks are gonna like they don't want to inkwell like your cats because they're gonna give you 3 ink if they would ink it, like if they were able to enter unknown it, Hades it, anything like that. I just think it's a phenomenal card. It's a 4/4, so it's already a big body. It's going to replace a lot of itself. And if you play it in like green purple that has some bounce, people are just gonna do this to try to bounce stuff back to their hand quicker. So you either gonna draw cards off of it. Like there's really no downside if he stays on the field. I think he's an instant answer. You leave him on the field and your opponent can't answer it. They almost can do nothing unless they can take him out first to your boosted characters. Because
Or just
it's just gonna
force to give you
draw you
cards.
cards. Yeah, you're either gonna draw me cards, put a bunch of cards in my inkwell, or bounce a card back to my hand, like with Chronicons, and put a bunch of cards in my hand. And none of those options are good. Like, so if you can't instantly answer him or banish the card that's played, like even then banishing it hurts you even more. Like your options are very limited to what you could do to boosted characters. I also think this is what's gonna make a lot of other boosted characters see play. I think maybe Kristoff can see play now. I just think there's a ton of different boosted cards that were already phenomenal and great. And had effects where you could put boost multiple times that this is just gonna amplify. And knowing we're gonna get more boosted characters in Winterspell, and we definitely haven't seen them all yet. I think just huge, like how Jordan Belfort used to say, huge upside potential, but very little downside risk.
Yeah, boosted cards will be very relevant in this meta, I feel like. And then Garrett, I know you want to talk about this card too, so
Oh,
go ahead and take it away because this is going to be major in green purple.
Yeah, this is one of my like favorite cards revealed, obviously so far. Just like more Emerald support. Meg is one of my favorite cards from the last set, and I've really been the only one I think talking about her this set. She's a 3/4 with boost, and then whenever she's boosted, she quests for 2, and then whenever she's challenged, you have to discard her card whenever she's challenged. Well, with Donald, if you have Donald on the board, whenever she dies, I get to draw his card for how many cards she's boosted. So she's questing for 2. If you challenge her, you're discarding a card, and then I'm drawing a certain amount of cards. So now you can just go from this 2 quester that, like, if you challenge her without removing Donald, she's just getting insane value. If I'm drawing cards and you're discarding a card, that's disgusting.
It's like build your own Prince John.
Exactly. Build your own Prince John, and Cat, double boosting a Cat, like Robbie said, is gonna be gross. Like, and Cat is already a must kill in this format because it just stalls so many boards. And now you can play Donald on 4, play Cat on 5, and boost Cat, and now Cat has 2 cards under itself. And if they choose to kill the must kill Cat on site, we're gonna draw 2 cards. Like, which is just unbelievable
insane.
resilience.
And then don't forget, we just got that new Goofy.
The genie? Yeah, the new Goofy.
The new Emerald.
The
new Emerald Goofy. We talking about that one? Is that one on the list?
Yeah, that's on
okay,
his.
I won't talk about it till we get there.
Well, also, there's
we'll
this new
there.
purple genie that's a 3 ink 3/4. Like, that's just like the new stat line. If you're playing a 3 ink card and it's not a 3/4 at the bare minimum, you're just like getting blown out of the game. But like, it's just a 3 ink 3/4 that it gets an extra lore for each card under it. So you play that with Donald and you can boost it. If you have it boosted already and you play Donald on like 5 and then boost it again, it's going to quest for 4. And it's going to have 4 cards under it. And then you can quest. And this is ridiculous. It's just crazy. Like,
with 4 cards, it quests for
3
5.
cards. Yeah, well, with 3 cards, you'll have 3 cards that quest for 4. But you'll draw 3 if they kill it, and it's already questing for 4.
Justin, do you have any opinion on this
It's
card?
just gross.
I mean, I think the card's pretty good. Obviously, there are like weaknesses to this. The fact that like Zeus Bolt, the new Thunderbolt, can immediately just take it out, especially if you throw it out there naked before you actually get to boost it. It's probably going to derail your entire engine, but like I think a lot of smart players just won't expose this on turn 4. Like they'll probably put it on turns where, for instance, on a 6 ink turn where you can play this, then use Cat and double boost it, and then it's like, oh well, the Cat got to proc its ability twice, potentially banishing a genie or Elsa or something. And then so now if they want to answer Donald Duck already essentially got value pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I think this card's great. Definitely makes the green purple boost deck very good. Makes the bagpipes card even better than what it already was.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a lot of interesting things with this. For sure interested in seeing what other boost characters we get, especially in Emerald.
I think one of the cool boost cards that I really like Robbie mentioned Kristoff, which I think is a really underrated card. But you can ramp on like turn 2 and then play Kristoff and boost it on turn 3, and then come down, play Donald and boost it again and quest again. And then if it like they kill your Kristoff, you can get value out of it or something. You can ramp and draw 3 cards. And then the new Pete.
The Scrooge.
There's a
Scrooge. The Scrooge that puts a card under everything and gives it ward. Then
which that's a really cool card. That's a really good cool card with blue. And then also the Pete, where every time you quest with Pete, you get to look at the top card for each amount of boosted cards.
Yeah, it
So,
has
like,
boost
yeah,
one.
It has
draw
boost
so-
one.
one, and then so you quest, look at the top card, and you can put it in your hand. But then if it's like boost 4, you can look at the top 4 and put one in your hand, which is
Yeah,
really
like,
cool.
Curving Pete into this is like on a turn 6 is really nice
Yeah.
too.
And
So
just double
there,
boost and then develop
there's
on the
probably
stack.
something there with like a green-blue boost strategy.
Yeah.
So I like
I
how
agree.
there's gonna be, different archetypes within color pairings
Yep.
like we used to have, instead of just
Yeah.
play Clarabelle PP combo.
Yeah, agreed.
And
Green gets a
so-
lot more dynamic. And then also I was thinking, like, you also get Ohana now, and you have this card, which is like good because you can like challenge into a 3/4 with your 4/4, and then draw 3 cards as well with your Ohana card. And then also Simba. The boost Simba is a really fun card that I really like. Like, if you get to trigger
big
Simba
one.
twice, put 2 characters into play, that's super cool. So I think
That would
there's
be
lots of
crazy.
different directions. Those are like the 3 decks that I see: green, purple, green, blue, and green yellow. The steel and ruby, I don't know. I love ruby as a color combination with Donald Duck if we had another good boost ruby character, but Aladdin is just such a letdown as a ruby boost character, unfortunately.
Aladdin and Beast and what Tremaine are the
Tremaine.
Yeah,
And
they're just not
the
good.
new
ones.
one, the new 7/7.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh,
I forgot about that.
it probably
What's the
works
new one?
with really. It's what's his face?
It's one of the ghosts.
Yeah, the Ghosts of Christmas Present or whatever.
Yeah.
The 4-drop.
But yeah.
Uh,
And then
Yeah,
Flynn,
yeah.
my favorite one
Yeah,
drop from set
Flynn.
10. Flynn is so good.
But-
Like, now going Flynn boost on 2 doesn't feel nearly as bad as it used to, because you can just play this Donald Duck and then turn your Flynn sideways later. Like, it just becomes good and just value over time.
Yeah, I
And-
think this Donald Duck is kind of just like the Ohana meets family. It opens up Emerald all the other colors.
For sure.
Just with the Donald, Megra, Flynn, bagpipes, and
It's got the,
Emily package.
got the
Yeah,
whole
it's
green
its own
package just to
deck.
slap into whatever
Right.
cool
you
boost
can
you
slap
like.
into whatever, you kind of
Yep.
figure out where it goes.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna change the meta. I really do. So I like the art on it too. The whole Christmas vibes. They came a little late.
Yeah.
Don't you
They
think?
did.
Came a little
Well,
late.
I wonder why.
Why?
They should have
Yeah.
held them. They should have held them to the May release and just been like, "It's Christmas in July." Like,
Yeah,
we missed a huge opportunity for this.
And also, like, you can draw off shifted characters too with this, which is
Yes.
something.
Yeah, which is really cool.
That's
Like Webby,
awesome.
you can like Webby on
Yep.
turn 2, then play Donald. Like, if you're on the draw, you can Webby into a 4-drop and then draw a card whenever Webby dies.
So
Which
you're
is
telling me
crazy.
you're telling me Webby
What's-
quested for 2 got you an ink and drew a card?
Yeah, I am.
And
telling
what's
you
good
that.
about it, like another thing I think people are not realizing is like,
scary. That's
it's
scary.
in
All right,
green.
let's
And
move
what's
on
the
to the
main
next
card
one.
you
We
play in
love this
green?
card though.
Wait, okay.
Also, I think Joe, this one's yours, right? Right?
Yeah, the two cards I put were kind of back to back, but I could talk about the other one in like retrospect with this one too. But my whole thought was that there's like kind of coming, like, people are talking about blue ramp and other things like that coming to a boiling point, but I think there's also a boiling point with being able to exert ready characters. And so if you look at this like in a bubble, it's an okay card. She's cool. She's got really cool art. But if you look at it with other colors, especially purple, you have multiple turn lines now where you get to exert something every turn. So if you play this as a Floodborn, like as a shift card on turn 4 after playing like one of the 3-cost Elses that draws you a card or something like that, then from turns like 4 on, you're constantly going to be exerting something from your opponent's board. So you get like Rafiki on 1, Diablo on 2, an Elsa that draws a card on 3, and then 4 you're exerting something, 5 you're exerting something, 6 you're exerting everything and drawing cards. And so I just think that it's interesting that we're getting to a point where in red and purple, especially with purple, but red now is getting the ability to exert characters. And so we have all of these effects that make it so that we no longer have board stalls like people were talking earlier. Like it creates a lot more, hey, things have to get done. Maybe you need a quest with your characters now because I'm just going to exert them every turn. And she's got location synergy, and so it means we're at least going to get some new locations here that might mean something. and I've always loved a good location, and so I think it'll be interesting here moving forward with having the ability to constantly exert your opponent's stuff every single turn.
Yeah.
I think that's a really
Yeah,
interesting point that red has the exert. That's the first. Is this the first red card that can exert? Right.
no, Ghostly Veil and the Tinkerbell from
Though,
Whispers, the
yeah,
shift
there
Tinkerbell.
are a couple from Whispers, but this seems like the
But
It's not
most.
very good.
Yeah, like that 3 strength pinpoint is important because the other one, the shift Tinkerbell, didn't really get to be played, but there's a lot more 3 strength characters than there are 2
yeah,
strength characters.
I like how this turns the 1-cost fairy ship into just a 1-cost tap your dude, and then it gets banished immediately. So like it could definitely make red purple a more location centric strategy. Um, this is probably one of the closest things we have to also Maui Hero Doll for that deck now, which I honestly like having that kind of ability in the format. Just gives you good ways to take out characters when on the draw and whatnot. But even if they have nothing that they want to tap on board, you could just move her to like a library or the fairy ship for 1 ink, and then you're just like, okay, I'm questing for 4 now. Like we're closing out the game in 4 or 5 turns.
It's also another piece for me for the Queen Princess Speedway list. I've been trying to make that work since the One Drop Aurora
But
was
yeah,
printed, and she's another queen that works with the One Drop Aurora, and she quests for 1 million if she's put onto any of those locations, and so I think we're actually getting enough pieces to where that might be a viable deck. So Speedway
well, yeah.
incoming.
Starting line costs 0 to move stuff there, right?
Yep, doesn't cost anything. So you play
Yeah. So
starting line. You're paying 0 to make her quest for 4.
yeah, I mean you're paying a 1 ink card to tap a character or exert a character with 3 strength or less, and then be able to banish it with something else, and then questing for 4. Like that's a lot of good like value on rate. So
And then your draw engine is exerting, and because the Speedway, the whole thing is closing out games, drawing cards, and so I think there's something there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I kind of definitely lo- like share your thoughts process when I first saw this card. Was just like, this is gonna make red purple not an aggro deck anymore for sure. Like, there's just no reason for it to be like a brain dead turn sideways deck that it was this set. Like, there's just like not really any counterplay. But then it just turns into the like exert deck, and if you want like, it's just, I think there's gonna be a ton of feel bads where it's just gonna be like, now you have this and Demona. If you miss your shift, you just have this like 8 copies of a 6-drop where you're just like always exerting a character, and
And we have the Grimoire too. One of my friends was
exactly.
playing the Grimoire in Blurple, and there's sometimes when you're at a stalemate and you play a Demona into 4 or 5 cards, and all of a sudden you're just ending the game instead of worrying about a stalemate anymore. And so
Yeah,
I think there's lots of cool things now, especially
I just
with it being in a different color.
yeah, I kind of, that's the only thing I don't enjoy, is because I think that you need to have a card like this in the same color so it doesn't become this one like color pairing that just gets really really nasty, and like people are already hating Elsa, right? Like, people are like disliking that card. It's not fun to play out of
I
Blurple on turn 4. It's not fun to play out of Yellow Purple on turn 4. Like, now it's going to be played on turn 4 and turn 6, and now you have 8 copies that do the same thing. And like just going Elsa on 4, Elsa on 5, and then Demona on 6, and like it's not really that inconsistent, or just Elsa on 5 into Elsa on 6. Like,
can't
that's
wait
just
until
tough.
I can't wait until someone 5 drops Elsa me, kills one of my things, then shifts this on top, exerts, kills a thing, and then I want them to shift the 8 drop on top of this one, and then this. I want this stack of Elsas an inch tall, making my whole
Yeah.
board miserable.
It's pretty tough.
No,
I think this card just leads to a lot of like feels bad where like if you're, it's just more like on the play, on the draw disparity. If you have that and just go like exert kill, exert kill, exert kill, like you're just gonna be sitting there doing nothing for like the entire game, which is way worse than like staring at your
just
opponent
be
with a
prepared.
bunch. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, be
exactly.
rough.
Yeah, the 3 strength is huge
Mm-hmm.
compared to because last set I had tried to make purple steel work with the like Fragile as a Flower and Ursula to try and
Yeah.
just be able to get Calhoun's in to get some lore, but everything is just a little bit bigger now. So making it 3 strength is pretty gonna make this card very playable.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I like the art. I think it'll probably have an enchanted. I mean, most else's do. I think this will probably have an enchanted this set. I'll put money on it, but I'll probably lose if I do. Let's see what we got next. The Goofy, the one that you were all talking about. I believe this is yours, Jimmy, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
So yeah, back to Donald. It's just another boost card that works well with it. But I think the most important thing is it's whenever this character's banished. So you can control on your turn if you want to trade to make them discard instead of questing for 2. It's going to come into play a lot because a lot of the purple decks are trying to get down to like Demona and refill, and then you can just snipe it all if they play it wrong. Or if you're playing the purple green version, where you can get and like double boost off of Donald, at some point, or boost in a Emily or a Bagpipes into an Elsa to trade this to make them discard the last 2 and just get way far ahead.
A quest for 2 also, and it's a 4/4. Jeez.
Pretty good.
I think it's a great card. I think it's gonna do well in pretty much. I think it's gonna be really good in Infinity too. Maybe with green purple, man. Are we pairing this? Are we pairing this in green purple? I don't know.
4
I
ink
don't know.
in a ramp deck without ramp is just slow. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I want to play this in green red in core because it has the most discard now, especially with I can't remember what it's called.
On
the Milo Thatch action.
demand.
And so all of your characters you can play have them discard stuff. You have Curse Merfolk, you have the Megara, you have this, you have Undermine, you have Sudden Chill. So like you have all of the cards to make them discard, and maybe that's your engine. Instead of worrying about you drawing cards, you just remove cards from your opponent's hand. I don't have to draw cards if you don't have cards either.
It's a good take. It's a good take. I love the art on this, first off. And he's got my name in the card. The Ghost of Jake Marley, right? Am I reading this right? That's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the whole Christmas vibes. It'd be cool if it was Christmas, right, guys? Yeah. But
It is Christmas.
What?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Super
Yeah,
Christmas right now.
It's still Christmas, right? You can see my tree. Where the fuck is it?
Why
There it is.
That down yet?
Hey, to
That's
be
the most
fair,
New Orleans thing.
I haven't
I've ever
taken
seen.
mine down yet either. Mine is definitely up as well.
I
finally.
am embarrassed to admit this. I still have Halloween decorations up. I got a spider in my front yard right now.
Well,
so-
look, it fits in. It's a ghost. We got Halloween, Chris. Oh Lord. All right. Goofy, great card. We'll see if it hits the field in the current meta. They say no for Infinity, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
hope so in core, but
It's uninkable. Ugh.
yeah.
All right, we got another
Thank goodness.
uninkable 4. Whose card is this?
This was my card.
Go ahead, Moo.
Like I was saying before, my cards kind of go hand in hand with the idea of there just being so many cards that exert your opponent's things. But 2 other things I wanted to note about this. I think it's going to be really strong in limited. I know Jordan was saying the other day that we want to start talking about limited play and other ways that we can play the game. And I think this is going to be a powerhouse in limited. And then the other thing is there's some other cards that we've seen. I don't think it's been any of the cards we've seen like from what we've shown today, but it has a new typing super that we haven't seen on cards before. So maybe we'll see some typal stuff or anything like that with the super text. But I don't know, a 4/4 for 4 that exerts your opponent's thing seems pretty okay to me. I think this actually might be really strong in purple steel. But again, the idea to be able to just exert something every turn, especially in the ruby amethyst list, you can't always get that Elsa shift, but this is a 4-drop you get to play on 4, so maybe you get to play this into exert horseman shenanigans. But
Yeah, I don't even know what this character's from. I'll just start with that.
She's
I
from the
I have no
Darkwing
idea.
Duck TV show.
the
She,
Ducktales.
Darkwing Duck.
she's one of Darkwing's villains.
Oh, Darkwing.
She was like a
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she was like a one episode villain, so a lot of people weren't expecting to see her in this, but um like yeah, so that's where she comes from at least. See,
That's cool.
you can tell on the card if you read the flavor text, Darkwing Launchpad.
No, I mean, reading. Come on, man. But yeah, I like the card. Like you said, Joe, exerting things is always good. Purple steel mirrors. This will probably be the do you got it now instead of the Elsa. And like you said, 4/4 sounds good.
Well, this is your this is another, to me this is a strength on a body on 4. It's your turn early Elsa. It's probably hard to strength back. And so if you go Hook into Heron into Lexington and they play their Cheshire Cat and you're able to eat their Cheshire Cat without your thing going away. They don't have the Singer on 3. You have a 4/4 body that's also 4 drop. And so I think
Yeah.
this card might be underrated, but I first time I saw it, if it said they get to choose to exert the character, but it's another where you get to choose. It's all on your plate to make the decision. So
It's just unfortunately another like on the play card, right? Like we already have this high roll out of Blurple where like they in Blurple and Yellow Purple where they just go like Basil, Ramp, play Elsa on turn 4. And now they just get to do it back to back, even again, where they just get to like Basil Rafiki. Like now you can just go to Rafiki, Ramp, play the Isis, and then like play Elsa on 4, and like you don't need this Basil line anymore. Like you don't need Elsa to be a 4/5 when you have this 4/4 that played down before it. Now you just get to double exert, and that just ends the game. Like it's just gonna be make the format even more high rolly, unfortunately. So I'm very thankful it's an uninkable because like if you want to do that and just have so many of these cards in your like if you want to have Genie and this card in your deck, that's already 8 4-drop uninkable slots, which get bricky really fast in sale decks. But unfortunately, like that high roll is definitely gonna be a thing in like the Blurple and the Yellow Purple. Just being able to ramp and play this back into Elsa is really, really yikes
Yeah,
for any matchup. Like just like this now is now an answer for Blurple and Yellow Purple for like I guess
Clarabelle Shift.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
turn three on the plate or on the draw, just being able to tap a Clarabelle and kill something with your Rafiki is just or Basil is just like
It's
pretty lame. But
it's also
oh
probably
well.
very good in the dogs too, since they like staying upright in order to enable Tramp or play a Chromacon, so you're able to snipe characters pretty early.
It's just honestly good to into every single deck. Like it's good into your control decks, it's good into your uh early game decks, it's good into your mid-range decks, just because like you were going to win the early game with ramp and this card every game. This into Elsa, now you have eight copies of your high roll. So like you can just hit ramp and hit this card or Elsa and like you've already won on the play. And the game's all
I
about
think
tempo.
what we're
So like
saying is
it
this
sucks.
card is broke. Like this card is
Yeah,
actually
I think
good.
I think it's more just
That's
like
what we're
it's
finding
not
out.
super broken. It's just super like
it'd be broken if it was
unfortunate.
inkable. If
Yeah,
it was
be broken if it's
that's what I
inkable.
say.
it'd be broken.
Yeah,
It's
and
given
I
me
think this is one of the few cards they've designed uninkable correctly.
exactly. Yes.
And I don't know. They've talked about before about how this set was supposed to be designed more for limited, but we haven't really seen much. But I think this is the perfect example of design for limited, but also make deck building and constructed tough, but it being uninkable. And the most important part about it for limited is the rarity symbol.
Yeah. This has really given me set 2 Pinocchio vibes from like red purple and green purple back in the day, where like you played that as a what was it, mostly like a 2 of, just to be able to snipe like Ursula's on the draw or anything else. So I think it could actually see constructed play for sure, especially with a 4/4 body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
agree.
especially in yellow purple where you can just put 3 damage on this and use Ohana and draw 3 cards.
Mm. That's crazy.
It all circles back to yellow purple.
Yeah. But I
any of the
believe
ramp cards, just like Sail and Tipo into this card as well. It's just gonna be this into Elsa is gonna be miserable for a lot of people that just like don't like the high roll stuff.
Yeah, it's not even like bad in yellow purple to just curve out with this like 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Like especially if you play something like a Bagheera on turn
On
3.
three.
This is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
It's way better than like even in purple steel. Like you don't have to play any of these dumb tech cards like we were talking about the other day against like dogs. You're just gonna play this card and exert their board. Like you're gonna go like 1 drop, 2 drop, 1 drop, 2 drop. Play this card. Like play Elsa. Play another
Yeah.
copy of this, and then the game is just gonna end.
But that's the last card of the night, guys. I didn't have any cards for me to share. I wanted to go through what y'all thought was, the good cards. We definitely have some more coming out before next week. Maybe we can talk about a couple of them on next Tavern Talk. But other than that, we are pretty much done. We want to do some quick final thoughts, and then let's shout out to a couple of our sponsors and call it a night. Call it a night. So, final thoughts, Robbie. Let's hear it.
Emerald to
you
the
got?
moon, bruh. Emerald to the moon, and I'm trying to make red green a thing again for the 11th set in a row. It's never gonna end until I win a set champs with it.
The Christmas set for the Christmas colors.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Moon Man, final thoughts. What you got?
I think Emerald sucks, and I think that Robbie.
You're lying.
Coming from the green blue player.
Yeah, the green blue player.
I think I really
How do I
like the
drop
cards.
somebody?
I really like the cards that they're printing in Emerald. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a little bit gimmicky, and I think that what's gonna be really strong is being able to exert things, and I think those are gonna be the best cards. The exert, and I hope that they print some cool locations. I don't need two pip locations. I just need a location worth playing.
Yeah. All right, Garrett, final thoughts. What you got?
I'm really excited for the new set. I'm slightly concerned for this much power creep, but I'm overall liking it. But I think with the power creep, it's just gonna create a lot of new decks, which I do enjoy. Like I really like seeing cards like Ohana come back. Like I want to see all the colors being playable, and so we have multiple color decks instead of just having this like small group of decks that all have the same 50 cards, and then they just have a small splash. Just seeing a lot more color combinations be more open and more playable, I think is really cool. And I think we're going to see more of the different strategies existing because we get these really, really powerful cards that just open up the colors. So I think that's really good to see. So I'm excited, a little worried, but I think I'm excited.
It's awesome. We'll see how it goes. Jimmy, are you alive still?
I'm sweating it out. We're good. It's
All
definitely
right,
hot.
Jimmy. Before you pass out, give us your final thoughts.
My final thoughts are I can't believe I didn't get Moo Man's breakfast. It's very disappointing. I'm still
True.
sad about it.
Facts. No cookies, dude.
No cookies either.
No
How do
cookies.
God,
I didn't even
think
make them
about
for.
that.
I didn't even make them for my house.
we left them.
Wow. So
Okay.
you
I was
dropped the
tired
ball.
That's all
after.
right.
I was
That's
tired
all right.
after winning
No,
so
that's
much on
fine.
Saturday.
You were winning. It's cool.
Yeah.
Excited to see how this limited format plays out. Especially excited to do some brewing with all the new cards, especially since we don't really have any big tournaments for core. So
We got CCS.
most of you playing Braxton Infinity, but I enjoy playing random stuff at set champs and trying to find some jank I can top 8
Same.
with is what I love
Same.
doing.
Good luck
So
at your
I'll be
set
doing
champs
that.
this weekend, everybody.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Last chances.
Probably
But,
probably bring back the vote this set champs since there's enough sets.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. All right, Justin, final thoughts. What you got?
All I got to say is make Ruby great again and give me a 1-cost Nega deck so I can play a Maui Hero to All on turn 3 and then also have it mixed in with Aladdin Heroic Outlaw. That's all I want.
Lord, that sounds disgusting. I don't know about all that. That's a little much. But yeah. Ruby does need some help. Ruby does need some help. All right. My final thoughts, Winterspell is going to be a blast. It looks like there's going to be a ton of color combinations that come out of the water that we've never seen before. There's gonna be deck colors that were good in the past that are gonna now come back. So I'm glad about that. Other than that, we need some more. We need some more local pins and prizing and everything like that. We just need more stuff for local play to encourage people to come play at local. So Ravensburger, please hear my plea. Add more prizing, just different stuff to the local play collection that you give to all the game stops. So please do it. Give us a reason to go and play multiple weeks. Other than that, Jimmy, are you live still? Are you alive?
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right,
I'm literally about to
Other
pass
than
out,
that,
though.
Someone
wanna-
get this
we
no
wanna-
joke.
mana fan.
I am so hot right now.
I couldn't do that.
Well-
It's 60 degrees in my house, and I'm in shorts.
I was
dude.
gonna say,
I'm wearing pajama pants too. It's like it's full.
It's a sauna.
Well, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Mattified. They make the best mats in the biz. They're all foiled out. They're beautiful. They have Pokemon. They have Lorcana. They have Magic. They have all your favorite IPs. Go check them out. They make fire mats. So go check them out. And shout out to all of y'all for being here tonight and doing this podcast. I really appreciate it. And I had a blast doing it. So till next time, we got a duck tech coming out soon, so check that out. Y'all have a great night.